What's up? I'm the Afrikan Caesar with Sneaker Bar Detroit. I'm here at Nojo Kicks, located at 1220 Library Street in downtown Detroit, and this is our video review of the Complex Con exclusive Concept Special Edition New Balance 999 Kennedy Hyannis. The New Balance 999 was first released in 1996 and is a continuation of the 990 line, which was first introduced in 1982. Interesting fact about New Balance. New Balance actually didn't make its first shoe until 1938, 32 years after it was founded. It actually began this company by selling arch supports under the brand name of New Balance Arch. The whole idea behind New Balance is a chicken. The things you fry, the things you eat, yes, a chicken. Founder William Riley was observing chickens in his backyard and saw how their three toes best supported their body. That gave birth to the whole idea of New Balance. Another fun fact, the New Balance N logo didn't come about until it was created by Terry Heckler in the 1970s. In fact, there was a lot of confusion around the whole N logo because a lot of people assumed it stood for Nike. Terry was actually fine with that because he knew Nike was more popular. And although it wasn't intentional, he knew it would lead to more sales of the shoe. Unlike his predecessors, like the 995, 96, 97, 98, the New Balance 999 incorporated a metatarsal pad to cushion the forefoot. It was one of the first sneakers to feature a shock-absorbing 3D midfoot design, and the midsole has a more intricately sculpted sidewall. The whole point of me bringing that up is to point out how New Balance loves to improve on its own designs, which is why they'll come out with a line like the 990 and with later, more improved versions like the 999. And by the way, the reason New Balance comes out with shoes that have numbers instead of names is because they want you to form your own opinion based on your own needs. They feel as if it had a name, you would buy it more based on what people told you to buy, what was cool, as opposed to what you actually like. So that's the reason why they have numbers instead of names. And before somebody slides into the comment section talking about, I don't know my shoes because it's a 990 V1, V2, 993, 94. Those shoes actually came out after 1998. For whatever reason, New Balance went from 990 to 995. So be mad at New Balance, not at me. I don't know, it is what it is. Conceived by Frank the Butcher, this Kennedy version of the New Balance 999 was first released in 2011 and gains inspiration from the nautical backdrop of the Upper East Coast and pays tribute to JFK and the rest of his seafaring Kennedy family. This year at Complex Con, New Balance and Concepts decided not only to retro this Kennedy version of the New Balance 999, but to also drop this new alternate version called the Hyannis. But enough of the history lesson, let's get into the breakdown. Both uppers are made up of contrasting brown, tan, and gray suede, which is actually made from pig skin and not cowhide. The iconic New Balance N logo is done in gray suede and outlined in 3M. On the outer heel of your upper, you have either blue or red, depending on what shoe you have, suede counters that have a woven-like design embossed into it, with the numbers 999 stitched in white. The front toe box is done in white mesh. The base of the tongue, you have a quarter circle stitched in an alternating color, right here. Once again, depending on the shoe you have. This also goes with the tongue and laces, which are checkered with a white base. It's blue on the Kennedy version and red on the Hyannis version. The top eyelets are plastic and alternate between each shoe. Red on the Kennedy version and blue on the Hyannis. Each shoe comes with a Concepts pendant with the red and blue side and Concepts stitched in white chained to the shoe. There's a gray suede lace strap in the middle of the tongue, and at the top, you guessed it, more gray suede. There you have a gray New Balance patch with 6 nautical flags, the name New Balance stitched in blue, and the words Made in USA stitched in white. So now allegedly and ironically, only about 70% of the shoes that say Made in USA are actually made in the US. So take that for what it's worth. The inside sock liner and insole are both done in a grayish nautical theme with red, white, and blue squares littered throughout. Behind the tongue, you have your New Balance size tag. On the heel of both insoles, you have a flag or pendant with the name Concepts stitched in white. Once again, the colors alternate between the shoes. Blue on the Kennedy, red on the Hyannis. On the back heel of the upper, surprise, once again, it alternates. They both have brown suede heel tabs, but on the Kennedy version, you have the New Balance NB logo stitched in red, and on the Hyannis, it's stitched in blue. Below that, you have a hard plastic, light gray heel counter. The midsole is a variation of gray, tan, and white that seems to go from dark to light as you move from the heel of the shoe to the front part of the shoe. On the bottom, you have your typical New Balance 999 outsole, which is mostly done in what seems to be a tannish colorway with a gray heel. You have your New Balance NB logo in the midfoot section of the outsole. Now, it's fitting that Concepts chose this shoe to work with for its collaboration. Concepts was founded in 1996, the same year that the 999 was first released. Also, both Concepts and New Balance were founded in or near Boston, Massachusetts, although New Balance is probably more associated with Maine, seeing that they have 2 factories there. Now, once again, these were a Complex Con exclusive, unless you were able to get the Kennedys when they first released back in 2011. This is a dope colorway. I know the Kennedys were like super hyped back in 2011. Like everybody and their mama had to have this shoe, including me, but New Balance doesn't think enough of me to make a size 15, so wasn't able to get them. Definitely love these shoes. I like the thought that's behind them, especially the nautical theme behind them, and the ties to the Kennedys. Who doesn't like the Kennedys? They're like U.S. royalty at this point. Definitely a nice shoe, and I love the collabs. I love when people do the collaborations, because once again, there's a story behind it, there's a theme. There's a lot more thought than your typical shoe. And it seems like these smaller brands do a better job of the concepts as opposed to these bigger brands. So shout out to New Balance, one of the few companies that still make shoes in the US. I think about 20% of their shoes are actually still made here. Overall, I know I said the 70%, but that's numbers, let's not get into that. But very nice shoe, very clean shoe. Once again, one of the things I do like, and I don't think a lot of people know about, is the suede. A lot of people just assume that that's cowhide. No, it's pigskin, which is actually a softer material. So it gives it a nice softness. The shoe is very comfortable. You got this white mesh toe pad. So once again, if you're gonna get this shoe, because I heard they're going pretty expensive, if you're gonna get this shoe, definitely get yourself some Crep Protect. The #1 sneaker cleaner brand on the planet. The only brand that protects you from head to toe. Not only do they have the sneaker cleaner, the sneaker protectant, but they got the peel in case your feet stink, and they got the hat protectant. So if you got dope hats that you want to keep safe, get you some Crep Protect. So once again, if you're going to spend a lot of money on your shoes, practice safe stunting. Get yourself some Crep Protect. That about wraps up our video review of the Concepts New Balance 999 Kennedy Hyannis. Once again, I'd like to thank the good people at No Kicks for allowing me to come to the store and do this video. If you're looking to purchase this shoe, you either come in person at 1220 Library Street in downtown Detroit, or you can go to the website at nojokicks.com. Also, remember to check out the Sneaker Box Podcast, the #1 sneaker podcast on the planet, available on iTunes, Stitcher, Google Play Music, SoundCloud, anywhere you can listen to a podcast, you can listen to it. You can also catch it on sneakerbardetroit.com, as well as Sneaker Bar Detroit's YouTube channel. All right, so once again, that about wraps up my video. This is the Concepts New Balance 999 Kennedy Hyannis. I am the Afrikan Caesar Sneaker Bar Detroit. We'll see y'all at the next video. We out. Peace.